5 o'clock is our time. San Antonio's first news. Good Thursday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the latest on the murder of United Healthcare CEO, and another council member enters the crowded race for mayor. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Thursday forecast, cloudy, a high in the low 60s. Tonight's low near 45. Right now, 58 degrees. The NYPD says United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's assassin may have left messages on the bullets used in the murder. Here's Fox's Sue Guzman with details.
Police sources telling the New York Post that the gunman who ambushed the healthcare executive early Wednesday morning may have put the messages on the bullets used in his slaying. They say it appears that the words deny, depose, and defend were written on live rounds and shell casings left behind. Police say the killing was a premeditated, pre-planned, and targeted attack.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Sam, Sika, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Friday
morning.
Eve.
Friday Eve. That sounds so much better.
It does.
Mike D, Sam, Sika Pollen, Tim, Kemper, Jacob, Rooster. Good morning, everybody. Travis, good morning.
Good morning, Mike D. Good morning, Tim. Great. We have the highest property taxes in America, in Texas.
Wow.
Yep.
Looks like California or New York.
I would have thought. No, see, they have a state tax, so
okay.
So there you go. That's why. See, it all averages out, you know?
Yeah. So the Spurs Sizzle player is Devin Vassell.
I'm sorry?
The Spurs Sizzle player is Devin Vassell.
Okay.
With 25 points.
Okay.
In the loss to Phoenix. Right?
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yep. I'm very cool with it.
Find his full line from that night. That was off the bench.
Yeah. That is true. So, Chris, I have to ask, just so we're in the same accord, what are you wearing to the luncheon today?
I'm wearing my San Antonio Toros t-shirt.
Thought about wearing my Rolling Stones Christmas sweater, but I think I'll save that for the Radiothon.
Yeah.
I think I'm saving that for the Radiothon.
Done both.
Yeah.
Different audiences.
It's true. I might.
You know, I brought a black shirt. I'm wearing a little jacket.
Hang on, people. All right, we're back.
Continues to hear high-profile case on transgender care for minors. Fox's Ryan Schmidt.
Yeah, and one more thing. Yeah, no, I do.
And we're back.
Kemper, the tuxedo I wore in 1988 at the Beta Breakers run probably would not fit 21st century 2024, Chris. But I like the idea.
I have a tuxedo T-shirt.
Yeah, somewhere I've got a photo of that race and that tuxedo. But thank you. Mr. Jay Willis, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. J.
Mr. Jay Willis.
Sicka wants to know what Ruth Chris we're going to.
It's the downtown one.
The hardest one to get into and
Yeah,
out of. And
I wish it were not downtown.
By the way, while I'm here Saturday for the Alpha Louise Radiothon,
Yeah.
I'll redo our rundown to the new clock.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
So that way, when you get here on that Monday,
Okay.
it'll already be there. You just
Yeah.
have to fill it in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll make it. I'll revamp it because I'll have some time to kill while I'm here. So, Sam, I don't know why they always take us to they always make us go to the one downtown. The one by the airport would be a lot better for all of us.
Correctamundo. The worst part, you got to park at the Grand Hyatt. And when you're done, you want to go, you got to wait for your car. It's valet parking.
Yeah, you got to
So
wait.
You're waiting and waiting and waiting.
You know, Kemper, that's a nice offer, but I don't think so. I think we got it covered. But Elf Louise can always use volunteers, so you might want to check elflouise.org because they're always looking for rappers, freestyle rappers, people that, keep a beat, got some rhythm, come up with some good rhymes, and rap gifts too.
Although Kemper has become a local celebrity on the talkbacks, we might have to bring you on as a special guest, Kemper. I just lost the. There it is. I have so many windows open. I lost I lost the feed.
I hate it when that happens. Thank you, Kemper. We might reach out to you. You never know.
This is in the Grand Hyatt, Mike. It used to be near the train station.
Yeah, it used to be near the train station, yes.
So now if you park at that train station, you're going to have about a 40-minute walk.
Stand by, Sam. Stand by, Chris.
So you park at the Grand Hyatt and you walk downstairs. Welcome into this beautiful day, Thursday, December 5th, 2024. 20 days until Christmas. We'll be in the teens tomorrow. 46 days until Inauguration Day. 66 days until Super Bowl 59. And just 197 days until Mr. T and I celebrate the first day of summer, 2025. And Charity, I hear it's going to be much colder tomorrow, so I hope you're proud of yourself.
I don't know about proud, but I'm prepared. I've got that whole winter wardrobe ready to be unveiled. So I'm ready. A high of only 50. I'm going to stay indoors when I can. It's not like I love being outside freezing, but I can handle it. I don't whine quite as much as you, Chris.
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired already.
At 5:11 a.m.
Yeah. And do you have your winter wardrobe out yet, Chris?
No.
Yeah.
Does it exist?
No.
No, not really.
Okay.
Long sleeve shirts. That's my winter wardrobe.
I just keep praying somehow that maybe the meteor will strike before the temperatures get too cold, and I won't have to worry.
And wet and cold tomorrow.
God,
So yes,
that's worse.
Yeah.
Wet and cold. Not what I'm going to be delighting in tomorrow. Tell you what, though, we delight in traffic and weather. Let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies today, highs in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, some rain in the forecast, highs 50. Saturday, steady rain in the morning, showers continuing in the afternoon. Your high on Saturday is in the upper 40s. By the way, your low is in the upper 40s as well. It is 57 degrees at the Pearl, 57 degrees at Lackland Air Force Base, and 56 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 513.
San Antonio's first news. That's Mr. T, Tim Merriman. She's Charity McCurdy. I'm Chris Duell. Charlie Parker in the next hour with Those Were the Days. EJ Pacheco and Andrew Zimmel doing the heavy technical lifting, flying the Millennium Falcon, and Andrew directing our YouTube broadcast. We are live on YouTube. Search for 1200 WOAI. There's a live chat going on there. There's always some great people in the chat. We talk to you during the breaks as well. Well, there are some things you cannot unsee, and the big story broke while we were on the air yesterday. Brian Thompson, the CEO for insurance for United Healthcare, gunned down 6:45 in the morning, New York City time, as he walked into a hotel for an investor meeting. We've learned more about the shooter, who is still at large, but just a god-awful sight. Charity, I normally, when I wasn't working on a news program, when there's a story involving someone being killed on video and people say you can go watch that, I don't like to watch things like that, because they never go away. They're in your psyche, they're in your mind forever. But doing the job we do, it was a news story, so I took a look, and just an awful, awful scene yesterday.
It really was. And Brian Thompson had no idea what was about to happen. The gunman approached Thompson from behind and shot him at least once in the back, once in the right calf. He was transported to the hospital in critical condition, but later died. And we're now learning that shell casings discovered at the scene had the words "deny, defend, and depose" found on them, which indicates that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the motivation was. Was it a professional hit? Was it somebody didn't like that they got denied coverage? I mean, there's a lot of questions still to be answered.
Yeah, hopefully we get those answers. Hopefully the perpetrator, and we talked about this before the show. There's footage now of the assailant on the phone moments before this assassination, this murder. So there were probably, we're guessing at this point, accomplices. Hopefully everybody involved is brought to justice. We have a big event today. We're going to a company Christmas luncheon. We got a little bit of trepidation about that. We'll talk about that. And we're going to ask you for some help coming up. And by the way, if you do help us, somebody's going to win a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse gift card. We'll tell you who the Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Spurs Sizzle player is coming up. Lots coming at you. WOAI News Time 516. Yes.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
Do you want to do the Christmas special before headlines?
Yes.
I have it ready.
Do we have time? Because we went to 16 there. Okay.
No, we got time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a light clock this morning so far.
Will the people at home on YouTube hear it?
Oh, yeah.
We like to bring joy, especially during the holiday season, to all of you here on YouTube, especially. So Mr. T has discovered a very, very special Christmas special that's coming.
That's a lot of special there.
It's so special.
It's a lot of special.
Isn't that special?
It's a lot of special. Isn't that special?
You'll hear that coming up.
Yes, you will. And so will everybody else too, but yes. Okay, Mr. Bean is back. Where's our new girl?
Exactly. You have her for 2 days.
I guess maybe they're giving her Wednesday and Thursday off and she's got to work through the weekend.
That could be.
Possibly.
That could be. Let's see. I'm going to let her know.
But that does us no good. I'm sorry.
Good point.
Give her the weekends off. My gosh. And did I read that right? Randy is coming in, right?
That's
but
what he
next
said.
Friday, he's out of town.
He says he should be.
Out of town or in town?
Out.
Okay.
But we'll say if you're in, we'd love to have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But he didn't say it's definite.
Okay.
He said he should be out of town.
And we'll just kind of let him know that the Elf Louise Radiothon is happening that weekend as well.
Yes.
You know.
And actually, if she sat out that Friday afternoon.
Having him in would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that ticket spot that we're running over here? Listening to Dan Patrick yesterday on the way home. We're playing it on the ticket. Go to our sister station, Ticket 76. Yeah. I had to laugh out loud, man. I thought it was funny.
Did you tell anybody that?
No, not yet. Stand by.
Okay.
Sam, stand by.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, then we're going to ask you for some help on our company Christmas luncheon today. And Christmas, Mr. T, only 20 days away. One of the things I love about the season is so many Christmas specials on television hosted by entertainers who we know very well.
Yeah, and like this one that's coming up. I say that.
This Saturday night, it's the first ever Christmas special with R. Kelly and P. Diddy.
I wish for Christmas that family's okay. I know you can feel me. I wish for Christmas that the whole world is safe. I know you can hear me. My wish for Christmas that love conquers hate. Please make me better. This is my Christmas wish for the holiday. I wish wish I wasn't the way I am.
Don't miss an incarcerated Christmas this Saturday night on Court TV.
An incarcerated Christmas.
Yeah.
P. Diddy and R. Kelly. That'll be appointment viewing in my household. Not Charity McCurdy. What stories are you following?
A gunman remains at large after the CEO of the nation's largest health insurance company was gunned down in New York City. 17 candidates are now in the running for San Antonio mayor, and the state's lieutenant governor wants to ban marijuana gummies and all THC edibles in the state. We'll have details right now, traffic and weather.
It's going to get colder. Just how cold? We welcome in News 4 San Antonio meteorologist Jeanette Kaye. Good morning, Jeanette. Thanks, Jeanette. 56 degrees. WOAI News Time 522.
San Antonio's first news today at high noon. It is our company Christmas luncheon. Charity McCurdy, are you excited for what lies ahead?
It's always a tad awkward just because it's our nap time, so we shouldn't be awake.
Yeah.
And then also it's just, the whole seating arrangement. You walk in and there's a bunch of tables and they seem to be arranged differently every year.
Yes.
You wave to everybody in the room and then you're like, decision time. Where do I sit? And I'm always looking for the recognizable faces. I want friendly faces, you guys. And if I should arrive earlier, then I'm forced to make the decision, just like, junior high and the cafeteria. Where do I sit with my lunch tray? So I am looking forward to the petite filet that's always sizzling at Ruth's Chris. I'll tell you that.
It's always good, too.
Mhm.
It's always really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I am going to try this year not to burn my fingers. I have burned them the last 2 years in a row because they say don't touch the plate, but then they set the plate off to my right and I've got to move it over and I'm not thinking because, hey, I'm at a Christmas party. I shouldn't have to be touching stuff. And I burn the tips of my fingers.
Oh.
Now, we want this to be a public service, not only for us, 'cause
Yes.
we got to go do this today, but for everybody listening. So many people have company Christmas functions. We want to hear from you, the do's and don'ts of company Christmas functions. And at the same time, as you tell us that, if you also tell us that the Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Spurs Sizzle player of the most recent game was Devin Vassell you don't have to say he had 25 points off the bench. Just know his name.
Yes.
Just say Devin Vassell.
Say his name.
In the loss to Phoenix the other night, he had 25 points off the bench to lead the Spurs in scoring. Then you qualify. Somebody's winning a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse $100 gift card. Charity, how do they get in touch with us?
The free iHeartRadio app. You search 1200 WOAI and look for the red circle. That is the talkback button. Once you hit it, 30 seconds to sound off.
So what this is how I envision it happening. You do your talk back, you go, Spurs, Ruth Chris, Sizzle player is Devin Vassell. Oh, and my office party etiquette is.
Yes.
Boom. Just like that. That's all you got to do.
Yes, we want do's and don'ts. You're going to be helping us today at our Christmas event, and probably anybody listening who's having a company Christmas event,
Yes.
you'll be doing them a service as well. And again, somebody winning the Ruth's Chris Steakhouse $100 gift card. Lots coming up. Charity McCurdy with everything you need to know at the bottom of the hour. And at 5:40, we'll talk more about the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson yesterday morning in New York City. WOAI News Time 525.
Happy birthday, Ashley. We're watching the birthdays on Ken's 5 right now.
Yeah, it's Ashley's birthday on
Now, we're
Ken's
thinking
5.
Ashley is the girl, right?
I think so.
Okay.
But you never know these days.
I know. I mean, it's not like it's given that Ashley is a woman.
Correct. Not that there's anything wrong
No,
with that.
not at all. Whatever you do on your time is your business.
You do you. Email your pictures to birthdays@kens5.com. We should just start sending bogus pictures
Exactly.
from bogus email accounts and see if they post them.
See, Travis heard that same spot. Did you laugh out loud like I did? Because I thought it was hilarious. I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute here, people. Why are we not thinking about this when we're running a spot on the station telling you that that's our sister station? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah,
Who's the assistant program director of Ticket 760?
that would be Michael. Is it
I
Bartlett?
think it's Michael Bartlett.
Michael Bartlett.
I'm sure he's on top of that.
Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Wow, Rooster, you're a sore loser, man. He didn't win the Spurs tickets last week, and Kemper won, so he's mad at us.
Well, that means Kemper is ineligible next time.
That's
so
right. She's
Rooster,
not eligible anymore.
You
Yeah.
got a better shot.
Now, if you'd have played the harmonica yesterday, that would have upped your score a little bit.
Yeah, we had to grade down on that harmonica. Absence.
Don't be mad at us, Rooster, man. We still
Come
love
on,
you, dude.
Rooster.
We're not really sure what the rules are anymore, Travis.
I think it's 60 days. but-
I'm not really sure.
Well, and Rooster, somebody, again, this is pulling back the curtain. Somebody yesterday texted Tim and said, I won Spurs tickets and I never got them.
Yeah.
So our crack promotions crew on crack. So we did rectify that, and the dude got his tickets.
Yes.
Pete Hegseth's little brother.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, God. It's going to be a long day, dude.
Yeah, and I'm visiting.
Oh, you going to see him?
Yeah, see, I didn't see him yesterday, so I'm going there.
Well, send him my best, man.
I will. Thank you. And then my sister's supposed to meet me there. So then I'm going to have a quick little brunch with my sister before going downtown. So yeah, I've got
See, I'm
bunch
leaving
of stuff.
here. I'm leaving here right after the show, going home, relaxing for a little bit, jump in the shower, and back downtown.
I got all my stuff with me. I got my.
Well, good thing is, being downtown, it's a lot closer to my house.
Okay, there's
so,
that.
You know, it's 25 minutes from my house. I can get there, which is
Just get a room at the Grand Hyatt,
Right.
take a nap,
see,
do the thing. Then
That
we'll
would
go.
be nice.
We'll all go up and party at your in your room after the luncheon.
yeah, I remember that in NBA Finals. Yes, we were giving away stuff.
I'm going to stretch as the people listen to Charity McCurdy.
Yeah, charity's coming right up.
5:31 is our time. San Antonio's first news. Good Thursday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the latest on the murder of United Healthcare CEO, and look for a crackdown on THC in Texas. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Thursday forecast, cloudy, a high in the low 60s. Tonight's low 45. Right now, 57 degrees. As the search continues for the shooter who killed United Healthcare CEO in New York City, police also want to know why it happened. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott with more.
Video shows how the killing of Brian Thompson happened in Midtown Manhattan.
The motive for this murder currently is unknown.
NYPD Chief of Detectives Joe Kenny says they're looking at Thompson's and his family's social media to find that answer. Also,
we're reaching out to law enforcement in Minnesota,
where United Healthcare is based. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says his state's police are helping as much as they can.
Some of it's still preliminary on this, but to figure out what was behind this and follow through, making sure someone's brought to justice.
Thompson spent 20 years with United Healthcare, the last 3 as CEO. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
President-elect Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was on Capitol Hill yesterday, meeting with Republican senators amid a recent sexual assault allegation and other accusations about his history. Hegseth says he's not going anywhere.
Why would I back down? I've always been a fighter. I'm here for the war fighters. This is personal passion for me.
Trump reportedly spoke with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis about potentially becoming the new nominee for the position. District 6 Councilwoman Melissa Cabello Haverda is the latest to throw her hat in the ring for San Antonio mayor. She announced her candidacy on the steps of City Hall yesterday.
What San Antonio really needs is to be heard, to be respected, to be invested in, no matter what corner of the city you come from.
Haverda is among 17 candidates in the race for mayor, which also includes 2 other council members, Adriana Rocha Garcia and Manny Pelayas. If Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Texas Republicans have their way, THC gummies and other cannabis consumables will be forever banned in the state. Eric Lycum has a story.
Lieutenant Governor Patrick and Lubbock Republican State Senator Charles Perry will introduce Senate Bill 3 when the legislature convenes in January. That would permanently ban any and all edible or drinkable products that contain any amount of THC, the psychoactive component in marijuana. Patrick says that they are all unsafe and that the ban has broad bipartisan support. Patrick says retailers exploited an agriculture law to allow commercial sale of hemp to sell products containing Delta-9 THC to children in stores that he claims is much stronger than any weed on the street. Patrick expects the law to pass the House and Senate rapidly and become effective immediately. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Texas's religious liberty laws are being tested in a case that's now before the state's Supreme Court. It's being brought by members of a Native American church who are trying to stop the city of San Antonio from renovating Brackenridge Park.
Perform religious ceremonies at a bend in the San Antonio River. Members of the Native American church believe that bend is sacred.
Defense attorney John Giles cited the state constitution, which prohibits the limiting of religious services, but attorneys for the city say there are exceptions. They point to the raid of the Yearning for Zion Ranch in West Texas, where a breakaway sect of the Mormon Church was performing child marriages. The TEA has released a list of more than 100 teachers under investigation and suspected of fraudulent teacher certification practices. Out of all the school districts listed, Houston ISD has the most educators alleged allegedly involved with 16 teachers. The head boys basketball coach at Houston's Booker T. Washington High School, who's being called the mastermind behind the scheme, is alleged to have made more than $1 million off the scandal. A Russian national and legal resident of the U.S. who was a stowaway on an international flight is now in FBI custody. Fox's Chris DeMeo reports.
57-year-old Svetlana Dali making news recently as she managed to evade TSA checkpoints without any valid travel documents on a Delta flight from New York to Paris. She was taken into custody by the FBI yesterday at New York's JFK airport. Delta telling Fox News Digital, Delta is conducting an exhaustive investigation of what may have occurred and will work collaboratively with other aviation stakeholders and law enforcement to that end. Federal authorities are also investigating. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
It is 5:37 now with breaking crime news from around the country. Here's Nancy Grace. Traffic and weather together in a minute, but first, to check of your money in the world of business, we say good morning to Courtney Donahoe live at the Bloomberg News Desk. All right, thanks, Courtney. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Here's traffic and weather.
San Antonio's first news. Charity McCurdy, Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charlie Parker in the next hour with Those Were the Days. And you heard Charity report on it at the bottom of the hour. It continues to be a huge story. The murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City, in Midtown Manhattan yesterday, just about to enter a hotel for an investor meeting. Here's NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
At this time, every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
And of course, as we mentioned earlier on the shell casings, the words deny, defend, and depose. And we just heard the update from Bloomberg as well, Charity. CEOs across the country and corporations across the country have to be rethinking security right now.
I would think so. Especially concerning the fact that United Health Group says that it was aware of concerning threats against its high-level executives, which makes you wonder why the CEO, Brian Thompson, did not have security with him even outside the hotel. It's my understanding there was an in-house security team at that New York conference, but as soon as he stepped outside, he was alone, and that's when he was gunned down.
Yeah, and with the shooter fleeing on foot and then getting on an e-bike and entering Central Park, if you've ever been to Central Park, that place is massive, and there's so many different trails to go on. They're working with the company to track the GPS, but don't you have to rent those?
You do, and that's a great question. So you've got to assume that he had either fraudulent ID or a fraudulent stolen credit card to rent the e-bike. And so much of this looks premeditated, I imagine. As soon as he got into Central Park, I imagine he got rid of the e-bike, had another mode of transportation, had a wardrobe change.
That's what I was going to say. That backpack, he could have probably had different clothes.
Yeah. Hopefully they can, back time. They found a lot of footage of this guy on security cameras, including at a Starbucks before the murder. Hopefully they go even further back and maybe, get some facial recognition on this guy before he put on the ski mask.
And watching that chilling surveillance video, firearm experts are saying it's clear that this gunman knew what he was doing, because apparently his gun malfunctioned a couple of times, and each time he was able to clear the jam before firing the gun again. So this is likely, like the authorities are saying, this is a clear indication this was premeditated and a targeted attack against the CEO. And you wonder, are other United Healthcare or healthcare in general CEOs on a list? I mean, I imagine they're on high alert right now.
Oh, I would imagine they're very much on high alert. And if they've got video of him at a Starbucks, I wonder if he used his real name at the Starbucks, because they always ask you your name.
Yeah.
And so they can go back and maybe find out at least his first name.
Yeah, and the reports that shortly before the murder, he's seen on his phone. As we know, the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, left one hotel, the hotel he was staying at, to go to the hotel where the investor meeting was going to be. It sure seems as though someone else was watching Brian Thompson and calling ahead to the shooter, Charity, to say, here he comes. He's on his way right now.
Yeah, I mean, this gunman was lying in wait in freezing temperatures for Brian Thompson, it appears. So again, right now, we just don't have a clear motive on why this targeted attack took place.
But there is a $10,000 reward for any information that leads to his arrest, so that might help.
Let's hope so. Let's hope law enforcement comes through and does its job, and hopefully they track down and bring the shooter, and if other people are involved, to justice here. Lots coming up. Don't forget, you can win a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse $100 gift card when you do the talkbacks this morning. We want to hear your advice on company Christmas functions. And if you mention that Devin Vassell is our Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Spurs Sizzle player, you're in the running for that $100 Ruth's Chris Steakhouse gift card. We'll play your talkbacks coming up. We'll go back in time with Flashback next. WOAI News Time, 546.